Let's be real. The rules for starting a business have been completely rewritten. By 2026, the most powerful companies, they won't be built on code, they'll be built on clever automation. So today, we're going to give you the full playbook for 5 seriously underrated AI businesses that you can start this year, and you won't need any technical skills at all. So here's what we'll cover. First, we've got to set the stage and talk about this fundamental shift in how businesses are going to operate. Then, we're diving straight into 5 complete playbooks. We'll kick things off with a creative service. Then we'll move into core business operations. After that, we'll tackle customer interaction, find some truly defensible product ideas, and finally, we're going to build a path straight to passive income. Let's start with a core truth, because the ground has absolutely shifted beneath our feet. The barrier to building a powerful automated business isn't money or code anymore. Not even close. It's simply knowing where to look. Now, I know this might sound a little extreme, but it's really the writing on the wall. We are rapidly, and I mean rapidly, leaving the era of clunky, pre programmed automation behind. We're stepping into a world of intelligent, autonomous systems that can actually think and adapt on their own. This isn't just a little ripple, it's a full on tidal wave. And here is the most important takeaway of this entire explainer. You do not need to be a coder to build a tech company anymore. That barrier to entry, it's completely vanished. Your new superpower is being the architect, the person who sees a painful problem and masterfully connects the right AI tools to create the perfect solution. Okay, let's get into it. Idea number 1. This one targets the absolutely insatiable demand for high performing ad creative, but we're going to do it with a totally new AI native production model. Just think about the old way of making ads for a second. It was a slow, expensive crawl, right? You'd spend weeks, maybe months, just to produce a single ad, which meant you were limited to only a few variations. Well, the new way is lightning fast. With a generative AI stack, you can create and test dozens, literally dozens, of high quality ad variations in a single day. You can optimize hooks, scripts, visuals, all at a speed that was just unimaginable before. And the launch plan? It's incredibly simple. Seriously, find 5 direct to consumer brands that have kind of mediocre ads. Use AI image and video generators for the visuals, a tool like 11 Labs for a super realistic voiceover. Then, just assemble it all in Canva, add some bold captions, and send them the finished ad for free. When you lead with that much value, trust me, you will get clients. The only risk, well, AI can be a bit generic, so your real value comes from the final creative polish that you add. All right, let's move on to our second idea. We're going to see how this builds from just creative services into the absolute core operations of a business. Yeah, we're talking about building digital employees. So first, let's get on the same page. What even is an AI agent? Because this isn't some simple workflow that just connects two apps. An agent is an autonomous system that uses a large language model, yep, the same tech behind ChatGPT, as its brain. It can reason, it can make decisions, and it can execute really complex processes all on its own. The best way to think of it is as a digital intern that works 24/7, never gets tired, and you can clone it instantly. And here's the best part. You can build these things without a single line of code. Your orchestration engine, that's the system that connects all the steps, is a tool like make.com. The brain is just a simple connection, what's known as an API call, to a powerful model like Claude 3. Its memory can be a simple database like Airtable, and you can wrap the whole thing in a user-friendly app using a tool like Lovable. Now, your foot in the door offer is absolutely critical here. Instead of trying to sell this vague idea of AI automation, you need to sell a tangible outcome. A $500 business bottleneck audit is the perfect offer. You go in, you find their most soul-crushing manual task, and you build an agent to solve it. This proves the value immediately and opens the door to much, much larger projects. The key is just to start small and not overpromise. Okay, idea number 3. This one tackles a huge problem for literally every e-commerce brand out there: customer interaction. And trust me, we're moving far, far beyond the dumb chatbots of the past. The leap in capability here is just massive. It's night and day. Old chatbots, they were basically just interactive FAQ pages. They were frustrating and almost never helpful. A modern AI concierge, on the other hand, is a 24/7 expert that can act as a salesperson, a support agent, and a brand ambassador all at the same time. It's wild. So how does this magic actually work? Well, it's simpler than it sounds. You basically just give the AI chatbot a library to read. All of the brand's internal documents, products, catalogs, help articles, shipping policies. By connecting the chatbot to this knowledge base, it gains perfect context, which allows it to answer any customer question accurately and instantly. Just make sure you're transparent that it's an AI. All right, let's jump into idea number 4. This one's for all you product builders and e commerce entrepreneurs out there. It's a service that sells the single most valuable asset you can have, a validated business idea. So, the core concept here is something called niche stacking. Instead of just picking some broad market, you strategically layer multiple forces on top of each other. You start with something stable that always has demand, you add a powerful cultural trend, and then you focus on a hyper specific audience. Here's a perfect example of this strategy in action. Let's say you start with a massive, stable market, pet supplies. Okay, then you layer on a powerful cultural trend, sustainability. Then you focus on a really specific audience with a painful problem, owners of anxious dogs. And what's the result? A hyper specific and super defensible niche, eco friendly calming supplements for anxious dogs. See how that works? And the product you sell isn't just a report. No way. It's a business in a box. You deliver the full research, a list of vetted suppliers, a complete brand identity kit you generated with Midjourney, and even a batch of viral ad scripts written by Claude, all of it neatly packaged up in a Notion template. What you're really selling is speed and clarity. Our final idea is all about building scalable passive revenue. This is where you need to productize all of your automation expertise. The business model here is basically the holy grail for entrepreneurs, right? Build once, sell forever. The strategy is to find a common, painful, manual process that freelancers or small businesses are constantly dealing with, build an elegant automation to solve it, and then sell that solution as a repeatable digital template. I mean, just think about the possibilities here. A template that automatically takes a long YouTube video, transcribes it, writes a blog post, and creates social media snippets from it. Or what about an automated system for finding and reaching out to podcast guests? These are high value problems that people will gladly pay to have solved. The biggest risk is just building something nobody needs. So my advice is to solve a problem you've actually faced yourself. So, to quickly recap, we've covered 5 really powerful models: a services agency for generative ads, an automation agency building AI agents, a productized service for intelligent chatbots, a research service that finds these amazing stack niches, and finally, a digital product business selling workflow templates. And it all comes back to this one idea. The value is no longer locked up in the code. The true leverage, the real advantage, comes from being the strategist, the connector, the architect who can see a human problem and elegantly apply these incredible new tools to solve it. So, I'll leave you with a challenge, not for next year or even next month, but for this week. Which one of these 5 ideas are you going to start? Just pick one, take that first tiny step, and start building. Because in this new reality, action is what creates clarity. Now, go be an architect.